We have an amazing speaker. He's strong, he's lion-hearted, he's got a heart of gold as well. And does he ever lead effectively, especially now that we have such a narrow majority? He's just amazing. Steve Scalise, a great majority leader. We have a leadership that is second to none. I've been here since Ronald Reagan's first election, 1981. And I can tell you, this leadership is the most pro-life, so committed, and behind me are just absolute heroes, men and women who take up the fight every single day. You know, Michelle Fischbach's bill that passed this week to help pregnancy care centers, only one Democrat voted for it. And the debate, if you go back and watch it on C-SPAN, was disgusting as the pregnancy care centers were smeared by the Democrats who were leading the charge against it. Of course, Michelle stood strongly against it and did an amazing job, and we did secure its passage. Let me just say very briefly, my dear wife Marie and I, more than 50 years ago, met in the pro-life movement. And today, like you, we are more committed, hope-filled, determined, and let me add, more impatient than ever to see life celebrated as a gift from God. With indomitable faith, compassion, and tenacity, and all of you I know are doing this, we must today recommit to protecting the weakest and the most vulnerable. As Mike meant, as the speaker has indicated and others before, more than 2,700 pregnancy care resource centers throughout the U.S. are helping women choose life. And each and every one of those centers is an oasis of love, empathy, compassion, and they have helped so many women, both during the pregnancy and afterwards, as well as the families. Yet, all over the country, especially in my state of New Jersey, there's an all-out effort to shutter them, to shut them down, which is outrageous. The smears that are being borne by the pregnancy care center community are unconscionable, and we need to push back as never before to protect them. Let me remind everybody that the Knights of Columbus did another Marist poll, and it did find that 84% of Americans, including 75% of Democrats, support pregnancy care centers. Let me just say briefly, and I know you know this, and I hope the media takes more note of it as this day and these days go on, but the purveyors of death and their enablers in politics and academia and elsewhere aggressively foster a culture of death, and they do employ a seemingly endless array of deceitful tactics, often the big lie, to trivialize and mask the cruelty of abortion. The abortion pill, mifepristone, is baby poison that kills the unborn child by starving the baby girl or the baby boy to death. That's how it works, starvation, a pill to starve another human being. We now know that the abortion pill, and we've long suspected this, is extremely dangerous to women. And I ask the media, investigative reporters, start uncovering or get rid of this cover-up that we've had since the Clinton administration. The Ethics in Public Policy Center released that historic report that found that, called The Abortion Pill Harms Women, and they found that over 10% of all women who take that pill have very serious adverse events because of it, including sepsis and hemorrhaging. FDA says it's 0.5 of 1%. Those numbers were cooked up by previous Obama and, of course, the Clinton and then into the Biden administration. That's got to stop. We've got to unmask this herder, this killer of women, as well as the adverse effect it's having. Let me just conclude. And you heard it from our Vice President so eloquently in his remarks, but President Trump's new comprehensive Protecting Life in Foreign Assistance, also known as the Mexico City policy, and as you know, it got its name because Reagan sent a delegation to a UN conference in Mexico City, and at that, Senator James Buckley and others announced this tremendous policy of no longer supporting any organization that promotes or supports abortion. And then, though, it only applied to family planning, about $500 million. Trump, in his first term, put all global health under that. That was about $9 billion. And today, he's putting all foreign assistance, about $30 billion, under the Mexico City provisions. And that means that the Planned Parenthoods, the Marie Stopes Internationals, and all of these other hideous groups that kill babies, promote the killing of babies, every day of the week, they do it here in Washington, they do it in foreign capitals, are defunded by this administration. Each and every day, my friends, and I conclude, thanks to your efforts and your prayers, many unborn children and their mothers have been, are being, and will be protected. We know that the injustice of abortion need not be forever. God bless you, everyone.